Hey, it's Sam here from KitchenGadgetsClub.com, and today is a brilliant one because I'm showing you how to cook chicken breasts in your stackable air fryer.
First, let me explain to you who we are. If you're new around here, my name is Sam and I've been teaching people how to cook smart with just kitchen gadgets for over 10 years. In fact, we don't even have an oven or hob in our kitchen. We are double Sunday Times bestsellers and The Independent calls us the best for beginner cooks. But because we've been creating videos for a while, we've ended up with more than 1,500 recipe videos on our YouTube channel. So what we have done is we have created a recipe index organised by gadget to help you quickly find your next recipe video. You can find them all at KitchenGadgetsClub.com/YouTube, and we would be honoured if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel for more recipe videos like this. So now let's get back to the food.
So to get started, I've already got the seasonings out. I've got some extra virgin olive oil out, a couple of chicken breasts and some paper liners as well, because I'm going to use a paper liner for this and show you the difference. There's a lot of food that I wouldn't use paper liners for, but if I'm adding oil and seasonings, such as some chicken breasts, it's a good idea. That I wouldn't with a whole chicken, just because you get so many juices off it, there's no point. And you want an even cook on a big whole chicken, but for chicken breasts, it's great. So, shall I show you what ingredients I've got? So the main seasonings that I'm using is I've got smoked paprika, garlic, some mixed herbs, and I've also got some chicken seasoning. All of them are out my drawer. So you just want to give them a good mix, and then you'll end up with a lovely colouring for your chicken. Oh, look at that, doesn't that look brilliant? Of course, you can just use any chicken seasoning you like. You could use a taco seasoning mix, fajitas, any that you like. And I've also got some salt out, some pepper out, and of course 2 chicken breasts. Like typical supermarket, which is really annoying. You buy a pack and you end up with a big one and a small one, which is not great for what we're doing here, but that is what it is. So you want to start with a drizzle of some extra virgin olive oil. Then add about half your seasoning. Add some pepper. A bit of sea salt as well, or whichever one you prefer. And then we're just going to rub the top half of the chicken. So what you can do is you can go like that and it gives it a wonderful coating. And then do the same with your other one. And then you've still got a lot of olive oil on there, so you don't need to add more olive oil. Wash off the hands. And then rinse and repeat. So some more salt for this side, a little bit more pepper, and then the remainder of your seasoning. So we want a really good coating on this chicken, which makes such a difference. So then rub your other side, and then you can scoop up any bits. And that is why I recommend using a serving tray or something big that you've got that's really good for prepping on. So then, dirty hands, just going to give these a quick wipe. And then that is the chicken prepped. So shall we get it going in the stack? So, serving dish to one side. So these are the 2 drawers. So you want to paper liner them, like that, and then you can add the chicken in. So I'm going to add the chicken into the middle, because the downside of paper liners is it can blur food around, so you want to make sure it's weighted down, like I've done here, and then we can get them on. So we're all ready to go in. As you can see, this one here is smaller than this one, so it does make it a little bit more difficult, but the bottom drawer is supposed to cook better than the top drawer. So the idea here is what I'm going to do is this one here, I'm going to put this in the top drawer because it's the smaller one. And I'm going to put the bigger one in the bottom drawer. And then we're going to follow the time and temps from inside our air fry cooking guide, because in the poultry chapter we do have chicken for small, medium and large. So I'm going to give them both the cooking time of large and see how they do. So let's get them on. We're going to start by getting the small one in, which is for the top, and then we're going to pop the other one in. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to sync it this time, and then we can test to see how they cook, considering one of them's the size of a medium and the other one's the size of a large. So for the top one, this is the smaller one. So we're going to do 20 minutes at 180 Celsius, 360 Fahrenheit on air fry for this one. And then for the bottom drawer, we are going to do same temperature again on air fry. But as this is the larger one, we're going to give it 25 minutes. And this is following our air fry time and temp chart to the letter that has worked perfectly in our dual air fryer, Philips air fryers, Cosori air fryers, Gourmet and so many others. So we can see how the time and temp compares on this. So then press start. So as you can see, the top one is on hold because it's cooking for 5 minutes less.
Whilst we're cooking, let me introduce you to Kitchen Gadgets Club. We recommend joining it because it's brilliant for kitchen gadget recipes with step-by-step photos. It's got lots of easy recipes. You can join for as little as £1 a week. It has a library of over 1,000 plus kitchen gadget recipes, and we add 4 new exclusive recipes every single week. Here are just a few of the recipes. Each recipe has both metric and imperial, step-by-step photographs, plenty of useful kitchen gadget advice from experts. Just take a look at some of the photographs. And of course, you can join by heading to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/join. And now, shall we get back to the food?
And don't worry about this noise either. It's perfectly normal, but it just seems to be the rattling sound this particular one makes. They all have the little quirks though, so try not to worry about it too much. 3, 2, 1, and we've beeped. So should we check on them, see if they're at the correct temperature? We're going to start with the top one. Oh, look at that chicken. Doesn't it look so juicy and gorgeous? But are we there? Oh yes, look, 78 degrees, and you need a minimum of 70, so we're well within the okay amount. And then again, this is the bottom one. So that's a similar, but remember, we cooked one for 5 minutes more than the other, and we took advantage of what everyone says about the stackable air fryer, whereas the bottom one cooks better than the top. So we've used that to make sure that when the different size chicken breasts, that they work for us. So before we jump into the next recipe, what I want to talk about is air fryer easy every day. You know, if you've been a listener to our podcast or watched our videos for a while, you've probably heard of it. But if you're using a stack, did you know it was actually made with the Ninja Joule in mind? It was made so that those that had a dual air fryer had a cookbook to use, and that they understood the difference between basket air frying and dual air frying. So every single recipe in the cookbook has basket and dual air fryer instructions. And it also changes the recipes slightly on certain ones. For example, ones where you could cook the food directly in there versus needing a container if using a basket. We cover both of those in this book. So let me show you inside it so I can actually give you some examples of how you can use it. And of course, it's available on Amazon. Simply search on Amazon Sam & Dom Milner, search air fryer Sam & Dom, whichever you prefer. And then, for example, when we've done the accessories picture, we've got little rectangular casserole dishes, which of course we recommend for Jules. And then we've got a lot of great recipes in here, but I'm just looking for some examples that would help you, particularly if you've got a dual. For example, in the meat chapter, we cover beef Wellington, but of course a big beef Wellington wouldn't fit in a dual, so we also give you instructions on how to do a small one or to do minis, depending on what you prefer. We also have symbols with every recipe so that you know which air fryers it's best suited for. So you'll notice every single one has the dual symbol, but some are suitable for air fryer ovens and mini air fryers. That is we also have a doner kebab recipe in there. Then another great that we have that's brilliant for the dual is homemade fish fingers and chips. So then you can be doing the chips in one drawer, the fish fingers in another. Another one that's interesting, if you do have a dual, is the fact that we've got soup in there and you can roast it in the bottom versus putting it in a dish if you've got an air fry basket. We've got a macaroni cheese, so you could use a rectangular casserole dish in the dual versus a square one if you've got an air fry basket. So it's a nice mix of the different ways that you can actually do it. The same with cauliflower cheese, you know, getting a dish that fits a dual is the key to that. And then our favourites for using for the dual is our 7 days of dinners. Because in this, we have these some favourite blue silicone dishes of ours. And what's brilliant here is we did a moussaka and we did one in each drawer. So you could actually freeze one if you wanted to. And the best of them all was the toad in the hole, because you could do a small toad in the hole in each dual drawer, or if you had the air fryer basket, you could just do one big one. We love that for this. And again, with the curry, you can cook the curry in the bottom when you've got a dual. And then when you're doing a lamb roast, you can do the lamb in one and the potatoes in the other. And it's just got so much choice if you've got a dual. And the same with the sausage rolls, you can do half in one drawer, half in the other. And you can, we also show you how to do mini cheesecakes so you can fit them in the different drawers. And same with shortbread, and we have some afternoon tea in there as well. So that is a brilliant one for you. So the first thing I recommend doing is allowing your chicken to rest. Because if you don't, we find that it doesn't lock in the juices as much and it's so much nicer. So grab yourself some foil, because the foil is the best way. And it also keeps it warm, so if you're doing some vegetables to go with it, you can then be cooking the vegetables whilst the chicken is resting. So grab yourself a layer of foil. I'm going to get this one out first. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? Oh, look at that, the chicken. I'll give you a close-up. Oh, beautiful. So you don't want to wrap it overly tight. And then same again for the other one. Oh, I just love the chicken in there. So good. And then that one's ready for resting. So I'm just going to put these to one side. And then we can give the air fryer once over. But to be honest, all the juices have stayed on the paper liners, as you can see there, so it'll be really easy to clean out for our next recipe. So we've allowed the chicken to rest, so shall we open up our foil packets and see how it's doing? Oh, see that chicken? Doesn't it look fabulous? Obviously that's the mini one. And then this is the bigger sized one. Just looks so juicy. So it's caught those last bits of juice there as well. So should we slice into it and see how good it is? You see what I mean? Oh, look at that chicken, doesn't it look amazing? Oh, look at that chicken. I'm in love. Right, let's do the small one. I have a dog back in the kitchen, so the chicken must smell good. Oh, look at that. Lovely thick slices of this gorgeous chicken breast. Oh, There you're talking. Look at that. Now you're talking. Let me just put those on the side a bit so you can see them better. Oh yes, look at that gorgeous chicken breast. And that is chicken breast using the stack. So if you're wondering about how recipes perform, then I would absolutely give this one a good thumbs up for the stack, because it can be hit or miss with some things, like with sausages it was unevenly cooked, but the chicken breast, absolutely spot on. Thanks for watching, and now you've seen a glimpse into our ovenless world. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is what I call one of our step-by-step instruction videos. If you would rather have short and sweet, don't forget to check out our shorts. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. And if you want to find videos quickly, if you head over to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/YouTube, you can see an A to Z list of all our YouTube videos, so you can find videos by Kitchen Gadget. And I'll see you again soon.